Hi, I'm Emma Oliphant, founder and director of Pilates Wellness Australia, and welcome to our on-demand classes. Our on-demand series is designed to get you working as effectively and efficiently as possible in the shortest amount of time. So that means you get the results you want now. Today we're going to be doing killer glutes or glute burn. After our core exercises, working on our glutes is probably the second most favorite body part for people to focus on. So we're going to go through a few moves today that are really going to give you that booty burn. We will need a little prop, so we are going to be using a TheraBand. So if you've got one handy for the first part, please grab it and let's get started. So we're going to come into standing on our mat, grabbing that TheraBand. We're going to cross it over if it feels like it's not too strong. Now, if you've got a different kind of TheraBand, you can just pop it around the outside of the thighs if you don't have a long one like so. And then we're going to find that lovely length through the spine, connecting through the rib cage. And then we're just going to do a little side shuffle here. So we're stepping out to the side, letting the feet draw back together. I'm going to go all the way to the end of the mat. Good, just keep finding that length. We're squeezing those shoulder blades. So we're thinking about that posture, even though we're really feeling that work into the glute, and then stepping back over. Good, keep finding that length through the spine, squeezing those shoulder blades, still thinking about that posture, growing as tall as possible, and then let's step back again. So we're working to try and get that to that point of fatigue in the body. Getting that heart rate up, it should get a little harder each time, and then going back. If you're able to take two wider steps, it means you need to tighten that TheraBand or shorten it. Good. We're going to go for two more. So going all the way to the end of the mat and then stepping back. Good. Just finding that resistance in the band and really trying to fight against it as you step out. So really small little steps there. If you're able to take two bigger ones, you need to get a stronger band. Keep growing tall, squeezing those shoulder blades, feeling nice and wide and open. Good, we've got one more after this, getting all the way to the end. You should be really feeling that lactic acid into the glutes. I feel like the first step's always the easiest. And it starts to build from there. Good, keep finding that length, keep breathing through it. Last time, we're going all the way back to the end of the mat. Keep growing tall into the space above you. Getting that little burn, feeling that little weird shuffle, and then releasing that there. Great work, guys. We're going to come down onto our mat now. We'll come straight into our 4-point kneeling, and then coming down onto the forearms. Let's interlace the hands here. We're going straight into our donkey kick. So we're going to float that right leg up. We're going to point the toes to the ground, keeping that pelvis nice and square, and then exhale as we kick the heel up to the ceiling, and then draw back down. Kicking up, we're opening through the front of the hip and then controlling back down. Good, we've got 10 more. Keeping that length through the spine. Good for 9. Good, and 8. Perfect, and 7. And 6. Good for 5. 4. 3. Good, 2. Last one, we're going to extend that leg and then let's tap the toe down and back up. Keeping that length through the spine. Good, going for 4. Pelvis stays nice and stable for 5. Good, 6. Keeping energy into those toes. Good for 8. 9. 10. Good, 11. And 12, bringing that knee back in. Let's swap to that left side. So keeping that pelvis nice and stable, point the toes to the mat. So we're really feeling that hamstring start to activate, and then let's exhale as we kick up and draw down. Kicking up and then drawing back down. Good. Let's go for 9 and 8 and 7. Pelvis stays nice and quiet, so imagine you've got a cup of coffee on the back of your pelvis. Good, let's go for 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's extend that leg and tapping that toe down and up. Good, keep finding that length through the spine. Good for 4, 5, good, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, 10. Keep that chest lifting up and away from the mat. Last one, and drawing that knee in. Great work. We're going to come straight into our side lying. Now, if you've got the TheraBand handy, you can just pop that around your thighs just to give you a little bit more resistance. So I like to just tie it in a little knot just to make me work that a little bit harder. So we're not going to be working for too long. So coming all the way down into side lying, I want to make sure that those hips are nice and stacked. Your heels are in line with your glutes. You want to have a little bit of space underneath your waist. So that just means your hips stack. So if my hips aren't stacked, I'm really flat here. So you just want to send that top hip away and finding that lovely length through the entire spine. Then we're going to exhale as we let that top knee or thigh float up and then lowering back down. Good, we've got 20 here. Really focusing on keeping that resistance into the band without letting the pelvis roll back. Good, for 7 and 8. Good, 9, 10, keep engaging through that core. 13, and thinking about really sending that length out through the front of the thigh. Good, let's go for 16 and 17. Good, 18, 19, 20. Good, we're gonna lift that knee up. Let's extend the legs straight now, and then let's circle the legs, small range for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reversing, keeping energy into that leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bending that knee, float that leg all the way back down. Great work there. Just give that glute a little tap out, just making sure that we're feeling okay there. We're just going to bring that top knee forward, extend the underneath leg, flexing the underneath toes towards your face. Let's exhale as we lift the underneath leg up and down. So we're just trying to work on the adductors because we don't want to be strengthening too much the outside and not working on the inside. 8, we're going to go for 9, 10, 11, good, 12, 13, 14, good, 16, keep finding that length through the body, 19, and 20. Good, let's bring our head up the other end of the mat and we're going to swap to the other side, keeping that length through the body. So we're starting straight away into our clam, so sending that top hip away, find that length through the spine, keep those heels glued together for me, and then let's exhale as we let that top knee float up and back down. Good, 2 and 3, good, 4, 5, keep engaging through that core, 7, 8, and 9, 10. It might feel easier on this side, you can feel that underneath glute working to stabilize you. 14, good, let's go for 15, 16, 17, good, 18, 19, and 20, good, staying up. Let's reach that leg long and then we're going to circle the leg for 10, good, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reversing, good, for 10, 9, 8, 7, keeping energy there, good, into the toes, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then folding all the way back down there. Let's let that go. We're going to bring, we're going to go into our side lying inner thigh, so bringing that top knee forward, underneath leg reaching long, and then let's exhale as we let that leg sweep up and down for 20. Toes are pointing towards the face. Good, let's go for 17 and 16. Good, 15, 14, 13. Good, 12. Keep finding that length through the spine. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, letting that go. We're going to come on to up into standing again, popping that little TheraBand to the side, and we're going into our lunges. So we're going to bring that left foot forward, right knee back, hands across the chest, and let's get down into that low lunge. Hips are staying stacked facing forward, and that knee is coming to the ground. Good. Good, let's go for 4 and 5. So you're really feeling that stretch into the right hip. That left glute should be working. Good, let's go for 8 and 9. Good, 10, 11 and 12. Good, let's step it in, swap it over, taking that left leg back. We're wanting to make sure that we can still see the toes as we come down into that lunge. Good, so those knees aren't traveling too far forward. Good, let's go for 3. Keep finding that length there, good for 4. And 5, core staying engaged, good for 6. And 7, good, 8, 9, good, 10, 11, and 12. Good, step it in. Hands come down onto the mat. Let's walk those feet back. We're coming into our nice little inverted feet here. So really pushing that chest up and away from the mat. Let that left knee bend, right heel reaches towards the ground, and let's switch it over and keep going. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, good, 2, last 1, and then we're going to step that left leg forward, coming into our pigeon stretch. Now, the further forward that you can get that shin, the deeper the stretch is going to be for that piriformis, and then we're just coming down into that, trying to relax and breathe into it. So just work with your body. You may not be able to get that low on the mat, that's totally fine. You may not be able to get that shin that far forward, that's also totally fine. Don't force anything here in the body. And we're just going to hold and breathe. Good, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, good, 5, go a little deeper if you can, good, for 4, 3, 2, and 1, good. Stacking back up, bringing that left leg back, and now let's sweep that right leg forward. Trying to go a little bit deeper, if you can bring that shin a little bit further forward. And then let's hold, breathing in, keep that core engaged, and really just focusing on where you can feel that tension in the body. And then we're going to try and go a little bit deeper, bringing that head down if you can, and let's hold. Good, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly releasing, coming all the way out and back up into sitting. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed that killer glute sequence and that really got your glutes on fire. I know that mine are definitely feeling it. And I look forward to seeing you in some more of our online classes.